your mark, but this is not for that. This is just that you can hear them talk. People get intimidated when they feel like you're of a knowledge. So I don't do that to them. I want to hear what they got to say, what they know, and stuff whatnot. And so I put myself below them. And if you can't, and then plus I wanted to fit in as a kid and not really be rejected for my brains because you would. The only ones that liked me were my teachers, and then these girls that were my friends that were brainiacs too. They were nerds. And all the nerds. Like, well, I was a nerd. Well, I was. It's just weird. All right, so yeah, so that was me. I just to fit in and do whatever with everybody. I never told nobody who I was, who I am. Don't flex it on nobody. Don't use this to. I just don't expose myself. I don't. I've only did it twice. Once I wasn't trying to. I was taking a test in the 8th grade. It was for the federal government. It's that SAP school or whatever tests or whatever. It tests the school to make sure that they're to par, that they are passing whatever or not. So I walk in and my friends or whatever. And it's the first period in the 8th grade. And she tells us today's gonna be a little bit different where she explains the test. It doesn't go against your grade, but try, whatever, because of how important it is. But as soon as you're done, you get to go home. Shit, I looked at my friends. I was like, dude, you know what I'm saying? I thought we were all giving each other the old winky wink, saying we got this, right? Like just dust it and I'll meet you outside so we can go and enjoy our day. Um, do you need scratch paper? I'm like, nope, I'm good. I'm pretty sure I'll do it without scratch paper. So I don't give nothing away. I did try, but I finished it in like in 25, 30 minutes. Okay. And I'm out. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. First bell rings, right? Like the normal bells ring to the first period. I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, seriously. So I walk home. I didn't know how long the test was. I didn't know how long it was supposed to take and whatever. And then the only reason I got brought up again is because I'm being expelled from my school because I beat up another one of their jocks. I can't stand bullies and dicks. So I beat up another one of their jocks, and so it's one too many. And now I'm going up against the entire panel. They're going for a district expulsion, not just the school. I was going to get expelled from the district, but so we're going there to the meeting. It's me and my mom, and they pull it. They're like, "We're having a problem here," and I'm like, "No, fuck, this is already going bad." I was like, "There's not a problem. I'm being expelled. We're good. You haven't taught me shit since the 8th grade. Like I get in trouble and shit when so I stopped going to class." I stopped going to class because they taught me the curriculum and stuff. Like they told me that your final is 65% of your grade, which is a D, a lower D, but you pass. Low grade, but you pass. So I ditched the entire freaking. I ditched the entire quarter, semester, whatever, and then I would just show up for finals, ace the fuck out of finals, and pass to the next grade. So I stopped going to school and whatever. So you're not teaching me shit, anyways. So fucking kick me the fuck out. Fuck your paper. So then they're like having a problem and whatever. I'm like, oh, this is going bad already. So then they're telling me like, well, in this file we have, or on this side we have this person that fights and blah this and that, whatever. It's like, yep, they're all assholes. They're all bigger than me and they're all jocks. So fuck that, And then this other hand, this is the problem is your grades, your scores, and they pulled up that test. And I remember the fucking test. I'm like, shit, I didn't even try it, that motherfucker. I walked out. It was like 20, 30 minutes, whatever the fuck. So I'm scared. I'm like, oh, this is going to be bad. No, I scored second and third year college in everything except for reading and writing. I scored senior level in that. And that was in the 8th grade. So I'm done. Now, this is the part that pisses me off. So they want to keep me in school because I scored that high in the 8th grade. Hey, dickhead, I already have your equivalency. I don't need to come back to school. You're not teaching me anything. I shouldn't be here. Like I should be in college or something with those fucking markings. I already had second and third year college. So they want to keep me in school because I had good grades and I scored that high. You fucking retarded. So they keep me in school, and then literally 2 or 3 weeks later, I fucking fight again, and I'm expelled. I'm done. All right, so that was that. So smart, yeah, I'm smart. These things for like 3 years when they were making me believe I was a schizophrenic. Like stupid was that was my name, and a stupid motherfucker, the stupidest motherfucker, and stupid. I was like, Jesus, and I'm just like I'd hear stupid like about 1,000 times a day. It was their favorite shit to do. Stupid. I'm walking to cash my check from work. Stupid. I'm this now whatever. Stupid. Like I'm scratching my ass. Stupid. And the way I do this, it's just every fucking thing. It's just sick. Like, and I heard and I was talked to schizophrenics, like 2 of them so far, and I knew what they went through, and I what was it, empathized. You know what I'm saying? I empathized. I could understand like how, but gee, I never pictured it to be this. And even knowing of it, when I going through it, I still didn't know how to, like, you don't know how to fucking adjust to something that you weren't born with. That's just insanity for someone to actually believe you. So the book that I was going to write to help schizophrenics all over the world or whatever, not was it's gonna be called the Minds in Mind. And that's when basically I get to and now I'm going to let loose. I'm going to talk about it's not in this book. I'm only going to use this book and certain references and certain things. They're all true. I'm going to put myself in a lie detector test to show the world that, I mean, there's nothing to lie about. I'm going to use technology. I'm going to use every single thing to prove mine. And let wherever it falls, falls. Because last thing I checked, I'm not the one I'm not doing this to myself. It's being done to me. So I'm not doing nothing wrong. And I'm writing a book about it, like my biography. That's the funny thing is like these fucking things. I'm like, dude, what part of I'm writing a biography don't you understand? Like, if you're real, you're a dumb fuck. You're writing your own story and you're sounding like a fuck. I mean, and this is what I'm still trying to get along with them. I'm like, guys, like I'm watching them and I'm doing this whole goddamn, like, these guys are like, not, I didn't call them the Antichrist, but you're anti-Christ. You're not like of anything of Christ. You're judgment. You're teaching people. You're basically, in my head, judgmental of everything. Thou shalt not judge, or judge how you shall be judged, which I can explain also. But they're doing everything not of God. Like, they're doing the opposite of God. Like, literally, in my family up there, like fucking playing like my family's up there and Lois, and they're like, and the thing is the two things, because I told them, like, whatever the fuck last night, whatever, don't fuck with my heart. Like, you fuck with my heart, and my heart is me. Like, my heart is me. Like, my love for people. Okay, so my heart is everything that I love, and the things that I loved the most was my mother. Don't ever talk about her. Don't let her name come out your mouth and shit whatnot. So don't fuck with my mother, and then my daughters. The biggest priorities of don't do and don't talk. So guess what the fuck they do? They literally make it a fact, like, your son this, like, act like she's sitting right next to him, and in the illusion that they're making it seem like over here it's a totally different fucking story, that you got to sit here and literally go through it. And it put me on this, like, I'm fucking sitting here. This is what I've been doing for fucking 5 years, because these fucking things don't let me. Like, I can get up and go get a pop or something, because they're constantly fucking with my mind, or whatever, my thought process, and they're doing it intentionally. They know what the fuck they're doing. Dude, they are who they are. Like, they would even, when they thought they had to sew it up and buy, so, you know who the fuck we are? I was like, yeah, I know exactly who the fuck you are. I mean, shit, or who you're playing to fuck me. Believe me, the color of law is in full effect. I know exactly who you are. You're also somebody that won't give me your fucking name. Now, there's a problem with that. You keep on fucking saying everything, blah this, now, whatever. You manipulate us, but you have to have everybody else do your dirty work for you. Why is that? What, are you scared of your own shadow? Come out this fucking bubble. And if you're making me believe, and then they make you believe that everybody's here, that everybody in the world is listening, blah this, now, whatever. If that's so, then fucking let's conference call this bitch. Fuck your technology. I want to see who the fuck I'm talking to. Let's make this real. If everybody's here, let's all fucking look at each other. You know what I'm saying? What's the difference? Call me. We'll talk about it. Nothing. They don't give a name. They don't do nothing. They want to stay in a bubble in my head, dude. And do what? Well, it's an abomination. You can't fucking do that. If that is natural, and it's not, and I found the technology. I found, well, for one, they bullshit this. Tom Clancy fucked them. It's a published book. Tom Clancy's actually, he's a fictional writer, but what he does is he writes about military attack, this wars and stuff and not. But he has insight, like, he's connected to fucking actual officials and shit, like governments and whatever. And dude, so he writes. I pick up this book and I'm reading it, and it's talking about voice to skull technology. And it's real, and it's like the James Bond movies. Like, do you know that in James Bond, everything that you see, and all the cool things, the gadgets, the guns, they're real. They're actually real. They have a museum with all of it on. So if you see it on James Bond, it's almost just like James Bond. He tells you, like, the weapons that are here, they're real. They're everything I have, and he tells you about how he knows this and who he is, and how he gets. So he talks about voice to skull technology. This is five years ago, about when this starts happening, and how they came about, but it's now whatever. So now there's this dumb dick that comes out on television, and he doesn't know that I know that there's a book, and there's somebody that fucking already told the truth. And he's all, yep, it's my technology. But dude, I assure you, it's not the government. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like this, you stupid motherfucker. For one, dude, I mean, you're being very cocky with something that, why the fuck would you create something so fucking sick and stupid? It goes against every one of our constitutional motherfucking rights, and why would something fucking bring it to light? Like dude, yeah, that's worse than texting and driving, motherfucker. And you've got a lot of death to fucking to pay for. Like that's your creation, huh? Well, guess who's fucking responsible? So wipe that smirk off your fucking face, asshole. That since you want to take the credit for inventing this voice to skull, well, do you your irresponsibility, your stupidity, and your I don't know what the fuck you were thinking, inventing something that would penetrate something that's so we have the right to our privacy, right? And you design or you wanted to do it and they want to sit there and say it's for military, then why the fuck haven't I seen it? Why isn't it being used for military? And if it is, why isn't it being used against the American fucking people, the American public, and now used to fucking gang stalk people? So basically, that alone, I mean, dude, you've got life. You've got a lot of lives to fucking answer to. A lot of dead bodies and stuff whatnot because these fucking things that got it, because you're the creator, are using it to fuck people. They do the gang stalking thing, but it's now this is bear with me. It's insane. The only reason I know of it is because I've researched it and checked it out and heard other people talking about it, and I found it on their FBI files. A couple friends of mine are very, very educated in the computer net world, and let's call them hackers, okay? So these hackers actually tracked me down and helped me go through and find something called the Viafuck. I call it the Viafuck. It was something that was incorporated into our internet in 1999. Do you guys remember the Millennium Bug? All right, well, the Millennium Bug. Now, what's weird about this? I'm a computer networker. I do I light programming stuff, whatnot. So I do, like I said, I dummy down a lot. I don't like let people know exactly what the fuck I know. It's a power. So I don't let. I mean, dude, especially because yeah, it's just you just don't tell people that. So I understand one thing about computers. There's three levels of computer languages and stuff like that. You got your binary, which is the base of all computers and all everything adheres to binary code, right? 10110, and you know what I'm saying, so on and so forth. Now that's the first level of computer talk. Now the second level, it's something that the computer talks on it. It's right before the Word, like the Microsoft Word. Your Pentium Classics and stuff whatnot. It's the Word. Like now, the Word gave the brain, your CPU, direction. Okay, whatever now and then. So then there's something that actually happens in between. So there's three levels of conversing with each other to get us to interface. Okay, now while you're actually typing whatever whatnot, it goes in and it gets back to the CPU, out to the bus and bounce that whatever, and then into your RAM, and then from RAM to ROM if it becomes permanent memory, and you save it. Just the same way your brain works. Okay, now everything that is written now to code. Every program is like okay. Let's just say your cell phone. You know the universal cell phone that actually connects itself to every single phone. It's universal. All the companies got together and said let's all use this charger. Okay. The programmers for your software programs and stuff did this exact same thing. All your applications, your software, your anything, they have a root-based system that they all share. So they build off this root-based system that adheres to, once again, binary. You know, binary is something that actually, if you give it enough room, can chart the stars. It can actually count them. And that 10110 is enough, and what it is and how it's actually built can literally count the stars if you have enough room or whatever to put it on. I mean, it's long, especially with all those ones and zeros, but whatever. But it can do that. So everything, your computers, your programs, your everything is actually built off of this binary program that it can speak and it doesn't have a problem doing that. It understands itself. Okay, it understands and it's written in a certain way. It's a language. It's very simple, basic, on off, on off. Okay, somehow in 1999, one. Okay, so when it was 999, it didn't have a problem going from 9 and flipping to 1. So they didn't have a problem with that. So we know it knows 0 to 1, which all the rest of them before that knew all the way to 9 and flipped from 9 to 1 or back to 0. So do you see the problem where I'm getting with this? How in the fuck do you think, like, what the fuck? You're telling me that binary just all of a sudden fucking forgot. I mean, it got the 1 right. You're trying to tell me that the fucking it didn't know 2, like it 1 to 2. Okay, I'm not sure. I'll buy that for $1. Bullshit. You know, that's just fucking insane. Like, are you like you're fucking stupid. And the funny thing is no one questioned it. Everyone's like, oh, they caused a fear and they told you what would possibly happen, so you're not focusing. And then most people don't even know this. They barely even know how to turn the motherfucker on, like a computer and shit. If it's not fucking stupid friendly, they're not using it. Like older people and shit, dude, they're like, whatever, can you turn it on for me? Like, yeah, it's the power button. But these new things, like, dude, they didn't know this. We didn't. We're barely getting it. Some people, even to this day, you'd be surprised, but do not know computers. They barely know how to operate them, more or less know the language. So I could see how the fuck they'd get away with something like that, right? So, and I'm like, that doesn't make no sense. I'm like, well, I didn't pay it no mind. It's whatever. It's none of my business. Well, 20 years later, we have a Vi2K that sounds like, a Vi2K, VI2K, and a Y2K, 20 years apart. Okay? Same people, same thing. And now the thing I'd like to sit there and mention is that, Y2K hit, the entire world shut down. And it was the government. Why they needed us to shut down so they can go in there and do some things to our everything that had our social securities, our banks, our numbers, and all the important shit. You know what I'm saying? Not like Xbox or something, but all the government fucking official shit, like banks and money and socials and all this, like that's and the internet, basically the internet. Okay, so and it was all a lie. So the whole world was in on a lie, or one person fucked or conned the whole world, or how did that work exactly? That's just fucking crazy. So it's a lie, and the whole world, all the governments, bought the lie. They're not stupid. I'm pretty sure someone would have caught it. Like me, I'm not even a grad of that, but I just dabble and learn and know this stuff. So I'm not even the smartest, but I figured it out. I'm like, dude, that's bullshit. But I didn't really see like why or what until now. I found something I call the viaduct, or the viafuck, but it's a viaduct. Okay, it's a shaded area. They changed it ever since I found it because I went 24 fucking hours on a mission because of my Og friends. my dork buddies, they're like, they call themselves the cyber ninjas. And these cyber ninjas, well, I found them. How I found them, it's irrelevant. But I became a part of them. Like I'm part of this underground, like whatever, whatnot. And I stopped using them because I did something, or I was doing something with them that wasn't too. And they told me to, like, you're gonna be looked at by FBI. And by the time I was like, I don't give a fuck. Like I fuck them. Like I don't have a problem with them, but they have a problem, and I just don't like what I've seen because I analyze everything. I'm not political. I don't keep track. I don't vote. I don't do anything. So I figured out a long time ago, it's all bullshit. It's all manipulated. It's fucking the stupidest fucking thing ever. But and it's my own opinion. It's just ridiculous. They have you go into little booths, very private, last night, whatever. But I go in with Obama painted on my hood, big old Obama shirts, Obama buttons, hand them out, and now I go into a booth where I have my privacy, so you don't know who the fuck I'm voting for. I swear, dude, it's just wow. It's just a subliminal dumb fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's like where we try to put, they like to put everything in front, but they're behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying? Just finger fucking everybody. And law and fucking like literally everything. Like, they put law up, they put the Constitution, okay? Now, this is where the Constitution is fucked right now. Now, back in the days, George Washington was so adamant about this Constitution, right? We were already living our own states in the United States under a federal fucking government, or a federal court system, right? But every state had its own, way of being, but we were a United States. So we were an individual, but a United State. It's cool. We governed ourselves. Which is logical. I mean, I can't go to wherever they have Mardi Gras in Harlem and whatever not, and then think I know what the fuck they need or what their people are. I mean, from one state to the other. Here in Colorado, we need more snow, more water, snow bunnies, and all that cool stuff, and pina coladas and just whatever. That's just here in Colorado. 4x4s and big tires and skis and snowboards and a backpack so you can. Admire and enjoy the fucking warm day that it started out to be snowing by mid-noon. So you got to change into clothes. So you got to have multiple. So a person that's not from Colorado wouldn't know this. So it's kind of better that we actually kept it that way. I mean, we tried it, we checked it out, and I'm going to show you why, or tell you exactly why I think we should go back to that, because we're that anyways. Like right now, they've already fucked the Constitution. They've literally, to fuck the Constitution is to fuck their oath and shit whatnot, dude, and it's to fire themselves, because the Constitution was written. It starts out, the most important part of the Constitution is the first part. It's very short, sweet, and simple. It's awesome. It's powerful, and it says us the people, by the people, for the people, of the people, people. It's all about us, okay? Now, everything that follows us was to uphold us and what America was supposed to do and provide us, okay? Which was just supposed to provide us an environment where, because some of our greats, I mean, some of our greatest philosophers, inventors, fucking everything, including some of our leaders, George Washington and them, manipulating and using their power to get them to fucking come in. And they are the ones that devised, okay, we need a country where if people want to be us and me, and they were speaking through experience, they're like, dude, I want to have freedoms to be able to do whatever the fuck you want to do. So they were talking of themselves and reflecting that on, for in case if you wanted to be these people, this is what we would need. Like, this is what all of us would need to be the brains that you want to be without nothing there to fucking stop you or control you. So America's going to be this. It's going to be a place where you have the opportunity, every single one of you guys have the opportunity to be and do whatever the land of opportunity, to be who you want to be. If you wanted to be president and shit, dude, be a president. If you want to be an astronaut, you want to be a writer, philosopher, or anything. A mom and pops, you wanted to be a humble nobody, mom, a stay-at-home mom, and why the husband is just like, I don't know, who knows, whatever. It was supposed to provide every man, woman, and child an environment to do just that. Okay? All right. So now we know that, and that's the Constitution. That's what it was written for, and everything else that follows, which was the White House, the Supreme Court, and Congress. So the president got his job. These are all things, that's why they take the oath. That's the oath. So that's the way the 13 states at first that they colonized here and whatever not, and there was only 14 left. There was this side. Everything on this side from the Platonic. In translation, once you actually break it down, it means a horse's ass. Okay, so fucking from the Platonic this way, the 14 states that weren't about, like, them, these things that, the 6,000 that stayed behind after we beat Britain, or I guess, but Britain was just conquered by the great Viking, Danish, some army, so I don't know how the fuck that happened. As far as the time chronological order, the things that were headed here were them, the ones that just fucked up fucking Britain. So that wasn't Britain that fucking attacked us. Britain doesn't even belong to themselves. They belong to something else. They just got fucked over by the Viking, British, Great Danish Army. How the fuck did they come here? So those ships that you seen, the vast fucking whatever, whatnot, and then you want me to believe that we barely colonized. We barely got here. We were like still trying to do the Constitution, to like to bear arms and shit. That's how fucking fresh we got here, and we had the manpower to fucking take that. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, that didn't happen. Yeah, like learning my history and actual facts, and I've been doing this, so my head is the internet. Everything I read becomes of me. I know I know everything. And there's certain things that just don't make. I'm like, dude. I was like, that's not right. I'm like, dude, that's, well, there's this that happened. Like, yeah. I'm like, okay, so this is that date, and then you're trying to say this. Why did it can't? It doesn't match up. So once I seen that, I started fucking just traveling around the world. And then once I seen that the United States has us in a bubble, like you and Obama was my key, because when before he got in office, I researched everything on him, and there was no blocks, there was no nothing. I could get everything. I found out every fucking thing about him. I knew about his education. I knew about his smoking habits, his fucking martial art. I knew about every fucking thing, where he came from, how he met his wife. I knew him and inside out. I wanted to know what the fuck. And so I know Obama. I know Barack Obama. I know everything about him. Like, but you go to look now, and it's not there. It's gone. It's like there's nothing of him. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Yeah, why would you? So then I started realizing that they're literally, because you can build robots in Google. I could even teach you. It's so fucking easy. It's ridiculous. Anybody can do it. You can block things out. But if they catch you doing it without their permission and stuff or not, as long as you have a court-ordered permission, you can actually fucking build robots and block them out. So they do it. But they're doing it to, I mean, why would you hide yourself? Or why don't you want people knowing of you? Like, that was the first kind of thing. I'm like, what the fuck? Why can't I find nothing on him anymore? So he disappeared. And I know how they do it. I know how to do it. Okay? Alright, so they're blocking out. They're like literally controlling information now. So fuck Google. Google's another just them. If you ever want to go back to books, if you want to know something, truly know something, go to a library, get a book, read it. They can't change it. They can't fuck it. Don't believe the internet. Okay? What the internet is controlled, the government gave it to us. After they fucking built the the backbone. They just gave it to us. What? Shut the fuck up. The government don't give shit away. They'll make you. They would charge. Well, actually, they do charge for pretty much everything. Yeah. So the day that, let's just say, the government gives you something, there's a red flag, dude. If they're providing something for free and shit, whatnot, dude. Nah, that's a fucking red flag, like a motherfucker. They don't give shit away, dude. Right now, you're in a country that's so free, you have to pay to shit. Because the water that you flush and you have toilet paper is all taxed. It's all paid for. So there's nothing free. You got to pay to play. That's not freedom. The day you have to pay just to live, to eat. Like, what the fuck happened there? Okay, granted, it happened. So something put themselves into place is something that God already had fucking in the design, and now they have us so crawled in this. We have to actually be of that, and we can't even. We don't have places where let's say I want to go live off the land and go back to me and man. They don't even have a place for me to do that. So I have to literally, because of them, live in an environment, something that's, well, that God already had taken care of, that I can do myself. So if you want to take that responsibility, fine. But, you need to provide us with this, now, whatever. And this is where the universal law of life comes into place. If the system that put themselves in place, that took over something we could do ourselves and doesn't allow you, okay, fine. If the system fails you in any way, life is first. Life is always first. Okay, it's the reason that law is this, what they're behind. So if their system is failing, you have the right to pilferage. You have the right to do whatever the fuck you have to do to see another day of life, so that you don't hunger, so you don't starve, so you're not in a dangerous place or whatever, not sheltered. Like, dude, the system fails you, fuck the system. Law and your life goes first. Okay, and that's for everybody. I don't give a fuck what. One day it might be your fucking dude, and you have the right to do. The day that the system is more important than your life, no, nothing is more important than any life. Okay? That's law, that's life, that's the way the fuck it is. I don't give a fuck what they look at us as. This is us as a people. This is us beneath God. Really? You're a life. Might not like your life, you know what I'm saying? You're a pompous asshole, but you're still alive. I don't want you to die. I just stay away from you. Hey, well, don't look at it, man. Well, fucking whatever. Just mind your own shit. It's a big world out there, but who gives a fuck what that guy does? I know there's that guy that's across the street, big old biker guy. He's the grumpiest motherfucker last night, whatever. I mean, dude, that's his life. That's what he's living. Leave him the fuck alone. I mean, he's not bothering you. He's just that grumpy old motherfucker, and you won't get as grumpy if you don't fucking mind his and go into it. And then plus he's a huge biker. You probably wouldn't want to do that. So he's even cool with me, but it's just what it is. It's just life is just fucking crazy. So the universal law of life that's been acknowledged by the entire world, it's universal. Everybody acknowledged it. And this is the thing that fucking gets me is how in the fuck, like, these fucking things literally have to tell us, like, for one, you're innocent till proven guilty. In America, you're innocent, or you're proven. I don't need you to tell me that dumb shit. I know I'm fucking innocent, proven guilty. I haven't done anything, you fuck. So you need to remind people that they're innocent. Like, why the fuck do you need to do that? Like, dude, that's fucking stupid. I know, motherfucker. I mean, if I wasn't, I'd have a knife in one hand, matches in the other, a gas can, innocent. So it's an insanity. It gets better, dude. Like, so check this out. This is the things that, because they're who they are and you don't question it, I'm in jail, right? And I'm innocent till proven guilty, but I'm still in jail and in handcuffs. Strike one. The fuck you say? I thought, so am I innocent till proven guilty? Or what the fuck is this then? So why am I in cuffs last night? Whatever. Give me my fucking ticket, last night, a court date, and we'll go figure it out. Then when I'm fucking like whatever, unless it's capital, of course, and then you're literally, I could understand maybe, but still, then you're innocent. You know what I'm saying? What part of that don't they get? Like, it's either you can't have your cake and eat it too, and there's no circumstances, bitch. I know I'm innocent. I didn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's just, no, yeah. If you're innocent till proven guilty, what the fuck am I doing in cuffs? Why am I in fucking jail fighting to prove my innocence? I'm proving my innocence. So I'm in court while this thing is trying to prove that I did it. I'm fucking proving I didn't. In this innocent till proven guilty. Something's really fucking wrong with this shit, right? And this is just in the word. This is just logical, right? So I'm innocent, I'm in jail, and I don't bail out. I have more time than money, and so I'm sitting there, and going to courts and doing all that cool stuff, whatever. And so then I take a plea bargain. So the DA gets to me, and I'm looking at fucking life because it was mine, for instance. That my girlfriend of mine I caught cheating, and she kind of ratted herself out, and I was looking for a reason to get out because she was driving me insane. So that was it, and she ratted herself out, and I was gonna break up with her. Well, this crazy fucking lunatic, she fucking sicked her best friend's boyfriend on me, and this guy locked me in my apartment, and I basically, it didn't go his way. Like, I beat the living fuck out of him. He's ex-Navy, big old fucking fool. He pulled out a knife on me, too. I was surprised I made it out of there. Well, I beat the living fuck out of him. So he gets out of my fucking apartment and shit, and she comes back the next day, and basically, I don't use weapons. Like, I don't, I'm not a weapons fight. Not against people. Like, I don't, unless you have one, then motherfucker, dude, pick your poison. I'm good at them all. So I'm fucking just sitting there, and she says that I opened the door in, like, this is fucking silly. I opened the door with a knife in one hand and a gun in the other. Like, the gun she didn't know that I got rid of because the crazy bitch slapped me in the head with it. Like, I got home 15 minutes late from the bar, and where were you? And she's like in the pitch dark, right? I opened the door, and I think my daughter, because it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, it's 2:30. I used to bartend on the weekend and work for Vista Roma throughout the week. So I was gone always, working like crazy just to support both like her daughter, my daughter, and hers. And she's one of those high class. She's just a bad memory. All right, so anyways, so I get home and the gun's gone because she fucking hits me. It's a double Derringer over under with cop killers. I had Teflon tips on it, so it doesn't have a safety, and it was cocked. She hits me in the fucking head with it, and I'm like, what? And I see what it is. I'm like, oh my god, you insane motherfucker! Like, I even got scared. I told my Uncle Adrian one day, I was like, dude, I think she's gonna kill me. I gotta get away from her. She, bitch is crazy. And she was temperamental, motherfucker. She was like, she'd kick my ass and bruise me, and like she would fuck me up. The neighbors that I was constantly here. So this night, so I walk in the house. I'm trying to be quiet because it's like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. So after bar hours, after I got stuck in the bar, doing whatever not. And I'm walking in, and as soon as I open the door and I'm being all quiet, she's like, there's like a silhouette. I turn the light, and she's like right there. Like, what the hell are you doing? And what are you doing in the fucking dark? Like, where the fuck were you? I'm like, work. I had a problem balancing out the drawers. Like, and I checked the time. I was like, I'm like 15 minutes off of, like, dude, yeah, it's ridiculous. That's when she smacks me in the fucking head, and I see that. I'm like, what the? And it's the freaking it's the gun. It's the triggers are. It has no. Oh my god, dude! Like, that's the. I was like, what the? I pull it out of her hand, and then she actually gets in my pants and undoes them and drops them to smell my Johnson. Lunatic. Like, I'm like, what are you doing? And she goes, yeah, you're fucking lucky. And she walks to the room, and I'm just looking at the gun. I'm looking at her. I was like, dude, that's when I realized, yeah, I got to get the fuck away from this chick. She's a fucking lunatic. And she's violent, and she just doesn't, she's just not my forte. So that was that night, and this is the bitch that fucking falsified charges. She said I opened up the door with a knife and a gun, and, well, I got rid of the gun the next day. I gave that fucker away. I had it there because the house was being broken into. And I was scared first. I told her to put one through the fucking door and call the cops. And if he comes through or whatever, not put him right. So we went and so I got it for her. Because we'd come home from the bar and they knew our routine or whatever. And they had the keys because it wasn't broken into. It was open. But this little shit was losing keys like crazy. So who knows who did it. But they wouldn't take anything. So I literally got a security system and I got her a gun. It was for her. Well, she didn't know that I got rid of it the next day. Like, that bitch is fuck you, like, I'm gonna die, like, you're a crazy lunatic. So I fucking got rid of the gun. It wasn't in the house, and the knife that was on the table were my steak knives. We just got done eating dinner. We had steaks or something, and I took my girls as my first days off in months, like is a long time. So I took the weekend off from the bar so that I could spend some time with my daughter and take her pulling and have some. So basically it was for us, and I was going to take her daughter, and if she wanted to come, of course, just to straighten up and put a smile on your face and let's go, because I want to spend some time with my girl. I was constantly working. All right, so then I go, and she gets drunk, and 2 cops come in, and I'm friends with cops. Like, my big brother's a cop, and I'm friends with cops of mine, and just like I have a lot of cop friends. Even in the sheriff's, I have Officer Benson and Goodman, good motherfuckers. I die for them. I've ever seen someone fuck with them, I'd kick their ass. So I don't have a problem with cops. So these two cops come in and I'm fucking with them. I'm like, what's up? There's a guy and a girl cop. I am, what's up, officer? I was like, hey, you any good at pool? I was like, I'm trying to school my girls here because I have the girls with me. I have my baby, my daughter and her daughter, and we're playing pool. I'm teaching them how to play and how to hold and stick, whatever. And I was like, they're my sharks. I'll hook you up. Hey, how about if they beat you, you can get rid of one of my warrants. And so like I tell them that. They think I'm that drunk, right? Being stupid. So you see the lady right away going to right. So what's your name? I'm like, yeah, Benjamin Berrigan. And I give him the fucking full name, the birth date. So then I was like, so what, you want to make it a bet or what? And so she looks me up and yeah, he's code 4. I was like, I know I'm clear. I was like, come on, man. Like, really? So she starts laughing. Like, they're having a good time. And I was like, yeah, I'm just with this one over here. And she's still hanging face and talking shit. And so I look and I point, that's my lady with her. And she brings her best friend and her best friend's boyfriend. They've known each other since like the third grade, all of them. So, yeah, so they're there and she's getting fucked. She's a drunk. She's a lush. So I'm with the girls and I'm playing with them and she's all drunk. And so so to be an asshole, like I was like, hey, you want to come meet my wife? But that was just like, hey guys, thought I'd bring my buddies over. So they come and these fucking rude motherfuckers actually turn their backs. Like they're rude. I was like, hey, I want it. And then just boom. I felt so fucking, I was dick. I looked at them. I apologized. Like, I'm so sorry. Dude, I wouldn't have expected that. All of them just fucking turned their back. Like the biggest dickheaded asshole motherfuckers. That was just rude. All right, so fucking, I just sat there, and then she turns around. And she's like, when I was like, well, don't worry about it. We're just going to leave. And I was like, I'm sorry. You have a good night. It was good talking to you guys. But it's not whatever. And then so they leave, and well, now she's about to rip me an ass. You stupid motherfucker. And that's not whatever. I was like, damn, calm down there. She goes, I got warrants. She's like, warrants? What the fuck are you talking about? You got warrants? So I'm fucking scared. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean warrants? And yeah, she was taking me lunch at night because I'd fucking get up and miss the bus sometimes. So to get to Vista Roma, I worked second shift all the way up till whenever the fuck we were done. I was a loader. So